When I joined the roller derby team, I got to name myself. And I'm an academic, and I was in grad school at the time working on my PhD, and I came across as sort of a serious, quiet, maybe smart person to a lot of my team. But I do kind of have like an artsy side to myself. When I would study for exams, I'd take breaks by doing Lady Gaga dance instructional videos to get some exercise, but also some art, especially art pop. And so when I named myself, I was like, all right, I thought way too much about this. I was like, I want to name myself after like a wordplay thing, but I also like gorillas, and I like mixed martial arts because that's what I used to do before derby. And so I named myself Sarsaparilla. So play on words as sarsaparilla, but it's sass. And then Girlrilla is actually the name of a female MMA fighter, but it's also like gorilla, and I like animals, so I was like a sassy root beer that was also like really strong. But my even-keeled, monotone voice personality kind of shone through all that, and I was not taken as the sassy root beer gorilla that I wanted to be. But we had this lip sync contest every spring called Milli Vanilli. This is in coastal Maine, by the way. We do know how to have fun up there. Yeah. So after 3 years, I was like, I'm doing it. I'm going to do a performance. I think there was like a most daring category that year. And I was like, okay, well, I've been doing my Lady Gaga dances, but I could really screw it up. And I didn't want to do a joint dance with anyone. And these performances usually end up being like imitations of music videos more than like lip syncing. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money on costumes. And I wanted to do something that someone, if they saw it, they'd be like, yeah, it kind of looks like it, but they wouldn't follow too closely. So Sia's chandelier video had come out recently. And I was like, all right, great. I have my blonde wig from Halloween that I used for something else. And then I also had like a bodysuit, basically, to keep myself in under nice dresses. And I was like, all right, I got all the costume parts. Now I just have to learn the dance. And for anyone that has seen the music video, it takes place in this sort of like Soviet Union era light green apartment that I'm not sure if anyone actually should be living there. And then there's this child dancer that's sort of like the inner personality of Sia with her blonde wig, and she's standing in a doorway like a starfish, and then she does this crazy dance with all these moves. It's like a combination of child dancing, but also like gymnastics and ballet and like every professional dancer you've ever seen, Dance with the Stars. And so I was like, all right, well, there's enough sort of like playing around in here that I'll hit at least like 2 easy parts in the ending, and then I'll pick one difficult thing to do. And there's this one thing that I knew I could kind of do from like yoga, where it's like a bird of paradise thing where you lift your leg up and then you put your arm under it and you kick it out. Except I think when I did it, I kind of looked like a crotchety old whooping crane. So I was like, all right, I just got to land that and not fall over, and I'll do, there's this part in the song where she goes, 1, 2, 3, drink, 1, 2, 3, drink, and she just moves her hands like she's stacking cans, and then eventually starts dancing more and more. So I'm like, okay, practice like, a bajillion times. And then it comes to the performance, I put my wig on, and it's at a bar, and the stage is like a quarter of the size of this stage. But my team and a bunch of random people from the coast of Maine are sitting in this bar that actually used to be a train station a very long time ago. It's tiny. And I step on stage, and one of the first parts is the 1, 2, 3, drink. And she sits in a chair in the video, and I'm like, okay, and I go 1, 2, 3, drink. And each time I do it, she's like 3 times in the video. I do it 3 times, and I kick my leg more and more every time. Then I'm off. I'm twirling around. I'm dragging my body across the floor. I don't have a mattress, but I lean against like some sides of tables, and I can tell I'm feeling for the audience. And I can tell half of them are just like paralyzed because they don't know what the hell is going on. But I feel like a little bit of enthusiasm from other people, and I'm like, oh, that must be my team I'm feeling here. They're like, Sarsaparilla is sassing it up right now. We can see all of her body. This is really amazing. And then I finally come after doing all these twirls and dancing and going to curtains and pulling them and pulling at my face. And then I finally do my like crotchety old whooping crane move, and I do it without falling over. And when I do that, the entire bar like roars with like applause and clapping, and they're just totally on board. And I am the child dancer of Sia's chandelier, finally transformed. So I do the other parts of the dance, I finish it all up, and as I step off stage, I take off my wig, and I hear someone go, "Rilla?" Which is like the short version. Apparently, no one on my entire team or anyone in the bar knew who the hell I was. Which I found funny because we all wear spandex and roller derby, so I'm like, you've seen this before, just maybe not in this tone. And when I met the man that would become my husband about 5 months later, who worked in the local boatyard, when we first met, he's like, "Yeah, I heard about you. No one knew who you were during your dance." And I thought, well, I'm gonna make sure this guy gets to know the real Sia dancer child of me. Thank you.